Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into an ancient text that talks about a time when, well, the human population was growing rapidly. But alongside that, it describes this increase in wickedness, a really intense situation.
It really is. And the text tries to explain what's going on.
So what does it say? What sort of kicks off the main events here?
Well, it starts with population growth, like you said, but then it introduces these figures called the sons of God.
Ah, yes, the sons of God.
Exactly. And they interact with human women.
Yeah.
And this leads to the birth of the Nephilim. The text calls them heroes of old, men of renown.
Heroes of old. That sounds significant, almost mythological.
It does. It sort of blurs the lines, between maybe the divine or at least the powerful and the human. And it's often seen as maybe an unnatural step, something that contributed to the problem.
Okay, this sons of God idea, people interpret that differently, right?
Yeah.
Can you shed a bit more light on that?
Sure, yeah, there are a couple of main interpretations. Some see them as angelic beings, actual divine entities.
Right.
Others think it might refer to powerful human rulers, maybe kings or nobles, those with a sort of special lineage or status.
I see. So either way, it's like a disruption of the normal order.
Exactly. Whether it's divine beings interfering or powerful humans overstepping, it suggests something's gone wrong. And these Nephilim, the offspring, were seen as, well, maybe too powerful, possibly disruptive figures themselves.
And their appearance seems to coincide with things getting worse.
That's how the narrative frames it. It doesn't necessarily draw a direct causal line like A caused B, but the timing is suggestive.
Okay, so we have this unusual interaction, these powerful figures emerge, and then things really take a dark turn.
Oh, definitely. The text pulls no punches. It says, and this is a famous line, that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time.
Wow. That's absolute. Not just some bad deeds, but the very thoughts.
Yes, it suggests a really deep, pervasive corruption. Like, fundamentally, things had gone wrong from this ancient perspective, not just actions, but intentions, too.
That's a pretty damning assessment of humanity at that point.
It is, and the divine reaction described is equally dramatic, equally total.
Right. The text says the Lord regretted making humans. Regret is a strong word there.
Incredibly strong. And it leads to this monumental decision.
Which is?
The intention stated is to, well, wipe from the face of the earth the human race. And not just humans, but animals, birds, everything.
A complete reset. Because the corruption was just seen as irredeemable. And there was violence too, right?
Exactly. Widespread violence is mentioned as filling the earth. So corruption and violence leading to this plan for essentially wiping the slate clean.
But then right in the middle of this bleak outlook, we get introduced to one person, Noah.
Yes. And the contrast is immediate and really stark.
How so?
He's described as a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and crucially that he walked faithfully with God.
So a total exception to the rule described just moments before.
Absolutely. It highlights that even when things seem universally bad, maybe goodness or faithfulness can still exist. And Noah becomes the focal point for what happens next.
Okay, so we've gone from total corruption, the decision to destroy everything, and now one righteous man. Where does the story go from there?
Well, the divine plan isn't just about destruction, it's also about preservation, specifically through Noah.
The ark.
The ark, yes. God commands Noah to build this vessel, and the instructions are incredibly specific.
Right, I remember reading that. It's not just build a boat, it's details, like cypress wood.
Yes, cypress wood. And it needs rooms, compartments. It has to be coated with pitch inside and out to make it waterproof.
Okay, like a serious engineering project.
Very much so. And the size is immense. The dimensions given are 300 cubits long, 50 wide, and 30 high.
Which is huge.
Absolutely massive. Think about fitting representatives of all animal life on board. It needed to be enormous.
And there are other details too, like a roof.
Yes, a roof structure, some kind of opening, maybe for light and air, specified as 1 cubit, a door in the side, and 3 decks, lower, middle, and upper.
Okay, so a carefully designed vessel.
Yeah.
And its purpose is purely survival.
Preservation, yes. Noah is told to bring 2 of every kind of living creature onto the ark, a male and a female.
To keep them alive through the coming catastrophe.
Exactly. And not just the animals, but also food. Enough provisions for Noah, his family, and all the creatures. It's a whole plan for restarting life.
It's quite something, the scale of it. Not just saving one family, but all kinds of life.
It underscores the idea of preserving the entire created order, not just humanity. And the section really emphasizes Noah's role in this.
How so?
The concluding sentence is simple but powerful. Noah did everything just as God commanded him.
Total obedience. His faithfulness is key.
It's presented as the crucial factor. So
Ah,
you have this arc, worsening human behavior, divine judgment, but then the selection of one individual and a detailed plan for survival and renewal based on his obedience.
it's a really powerful narrative. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Definitely. You reflect on the connection it draws between actions and consequences, even on a massive scale.
And the idea of judgment alongside mercy, maybe. Selecting Noah amidst the destruction.
Right. And what does it say about responsibility? The potential for, well, both incredible corruption and profound faithfulness within humanity. It's an ancient story, but these themes, they
Yeah.
still resonate, don't they? Something for you, the listener, to maybe ponder.
Indeed. A lot to think about there. Thanks for this deep dive today.